In the modern gold mining industry, the moniker Parker Schnabel has become more famous than life itself. By the time he was 30, Parker, who was renowned for his hard work, natural leadership, and constant drive, had accumulated an estimated $15 million in wealth. Parker Schnabel is well known for something very different despite all of his fame and success. He says he is a homeless millionaire. He is one of the most fascinating characters on Gold Rush on the Discovery Channel and in the broader reality television sector because of this paradox. Unlike some who flaunt their wealth, Parker opts to live a life free of luxury, extravagance, and, for the foreseeable future, a permanent home. Parker's journey began long before he was being recorded all the time. In Haines, Alaska, where he was born in 1994, gold was more than just a precious commodity. It was a way of life. His grandfather, the well-known John Schnabel, owned and oversaw the Big Nugget mine, while other children were still playing in sandboxes. He supervised Parker's introduction to mining. Before his feet could even touch the pedals, Parker was learning the ropes at the age of 5, sitting on his grandfather's lap and running heavy machinery. He had the technical know-how and confidence to mentor men his own age when the time came. Because of his early exposure to the brutal world of gold mining, Parker's appearance in the second season of Gold Rush on the Discovery Channel marked the beginning of his rise to fame. At 16, he was thrust into the public eye. His natural ability to handle equipment, make tough decisions, and think strategically soon caught the attention of onlookers. He quickly became well known in the series, recognized for being more disciplined and mature than his years. By the time Parker started working for himself, he had become a mining prodigy. In 2012, his group produced 191 ounces of gold, worth roughly $250,000. He stunned his supporters and opponents a year later when he extracted almost 1,000 ounces worth $1.4 million. By season 5, Parker had doubled down, amassing over 2,500 ounces worth nearly $3 million. The numbers spoke for themselves. It wasn't a day for beginners. It was the emergence of a powerful mining corporation. With every successful season, Parker also grew richer and cemented his reputation as the face of Gold Rush. Parker earned most of his wealth on his own, but his grandfather gave him a bequest. With every ounce of gold that was extracted, every new piece of equipment that was purchased, and every sleepless night spent supervising his employees, his present empire expanded. When other young people his age were navigating college or starting entry-level jobs, Parker was already managing multi-million-dollar enterprises and supervising enormous mining projects. He had a fund set aside, yet he took the bold, but ultimately prudent decision to forego schooling. His instincts were as sharp and his will for success as strong, to allow him to spend years in school when there were riches in the Klondike, just waiting to be found. What many of Parker Schnabel's admirers find so unique about him is his attitude towards wealth. Despite having tens of millions of dollars, he has never embraced the lifestyle that usually goes along with prosperity. There are no fast cars, boats, exotic harbors, or fancy homes. Instead, Parker has continuously reinvested nearly all of his earnings in his mining company. Larger equipment, more acreage, and better technology. He treasures these items. He has openly stated in the past that he doesn't see the need for expensive technologies or flashy cars because they don't help him achieve his bigger objective of obtaining more gold. The most shocking revelation, though, might have come in 2018 when a fan shared a picture of his alleged $950,000 Alaskan house. Parker responded bluntly, acknowledging that he didn't even own a house and that he was homeless. Parker spent years residing in trailers, caravans, and temporary shelters near his mining sites because he preferred mobility and adaptability to permanence. Some people thought this was impossible. How can someone with millions of dollars live without a home? But it was simple for Parker. He didn't know where he wanted to live, and as long as his career came first, he didn't see the need for a permanent residence. Parker Schnabel's reputation as a homeless millionaire has further added to his mysterious character. Unlike many reality stars who open up to their fans about their lavish expenditures and private lives, Parker remains a mystery. He rarely goes into great detail about his relationships, personal problems, or life off-screen. Instead, he maintains a focus on his work. He is the type of guy who spends his free time assessing hazards on the construction site, evaluating equipment, and planning the next big dig. His appearance and sense of style reflect his uncomplicated manner, uncomplicated clothing, rugged gear, and preference for practicality over flair. Because of this, admirers find him admirable and sympathetic. Parker doesn't pretend to be someone he's not. He was a miner first, a TV personality second, and a millionaire almost by accident. What is next for Parker Schnabel? If history is any indication, there will be even greater success in the future. Parker is expected to continue accumulating riches for many years to come, thanks to his meticulous approach, astute insight, and unwillingness to let luxury distract him. With the mining season still going strong, Parker is not slowing down. Each year brings new challenges, rising costs, dangerous circumstances, and fierce competition. Nevertheless, he tackles them with the same determination that has defined his career from the start. As the homeless millionaire has previously shown, success can be achieved without luxury. In a time when money is often displayed, Parker Schnabel has left a legacy by leading a modest life, putting in a lot of labor, and letting his gold total speak for itself. Parker Schnabel's story is not simply about gold mining. It teaches dedication, modesty, and concentration. Despite the fact that many individuals seek wealth for the sake of luxury, Parker reminds us that success is what you make of it. He couldn't even have a house, a permanent place, or a fleet of fancy cars. But Parker Schnabel is in possession of something far rarer, a fortune forged by determination, perseverance, and purpose. And his fans say that makes the homeless millionaire richer than most. In the world of reality television, tales of quick fame leading to arrogance are not uncommon. Fame, wealth, and success often change people, causing them to lose sight of what first brought them notoriety. However, one prominent exception is Parker Schnabel, the youthful star of Gold Rush on Discovery Channels. At just 31, Parker has already achieved something that most miners can only dream of. With an estimated net worth of $15 million, years of consistent gold hauls, and a reputation as one of the most successful miners of his time, Parker has made a name for himself in the mining industry. But instead of flaunting his wealth or taking on the ego that comes with success, Parker retains his extraordinary humility and groundedness. Parker has a story that is just amazing. Since he was able to walk, he has worked in mining. He was born in Hands, Alaska, in 1994, under the supervision of his grandfather, John Schnabel. Parker was operating heavy equipment by the age of 5. That early meeting prepared him for the mission of his life. When he joined Gold Rush as a teenager, spectators were first impressed by his perseverance and work ethic. While most 16-year-olds were busy figuring out high school, Parker was already playing a significant role in mining operations and managing teams of seasoned personnel. His maturity set him apart, and he quickly gained respect not only as a reality TV star, but also in the mining business. His results over the years have been rather obvious. From his first notable breakthrough of 191 ounces in 2012 to his multi-million-dollar gold totals in later seasons, Parker has consistently shown that his success is no accident. By combining his own unwavering passion and willingness to take risks with family past skill, he developed a profession that many people are envious of. A rich person who doesn't brag. Despite his fortune, Parker Schnabel has shunned the trappings of affluence. Instead of buying flashy cars, lavish homes, or luxury labels, he puts his earnings back into his mining operations. He freely admits that material belongings don't interest him. Watches, automobiles, or even a mansion don't motivate him. What motivates him is the mission itself, the challenge of obtaining gold from rough terrain. Such an attitude is unusual for someone so young and accomplished. Many celebrities in their 20s and 30s flaunt their wealth on social media as proof of their achievements. Parker takes another approach. He has no interest in showing off or proving his value through worldly possessions. His humility is evident in the way he behaved throughout the gold rush. He takes full responsibility for his decisions, owns up to his mistakes, and focuses entirely on the task at hand, obtaining gold. Knowing that success is not something that comes easily is the source of Parker's humility. The mining sector is unpredictable. Employees make costly mistakes and activities are stopped when equipment breaks down. Each of these challenges has been experienced by Parker firsthand, and they have all acted as a reminder that having money does not guarantee success. Instead of letting his accomplishments feed his ego, Parker uses them as motivation to keep working harder. He understands that every season is a new challenge and that there are no guarantees. His supporters are reminded by his grounded approach that humility and prosperity are compatible. Parker Schnabel's humility makes him more than just a TV personality. As a result, he is now a role model. Young viewers of Gold Rush see more than just massive gold mines and machinery. They see a young man who accomplished incredible things in spite of his pride. For example, he shows that wealth does not define character. Rather, true success is about dedication, self-control, and staying true to oneself. His achievements are all the more impressive because of his humility, which is supported by quiet resolve rather than conceit. Parker Schnabel's story is distinct. At a time when many people are just starting their careers, he has already achieved international recognition and become a multimillionaire. However, he remains the same intelligent, hardworking individual that Gold Rush fans first met. Parker's humility makes him stand out in a culture where success often breeds conceit. He shows that being young, rich, and famous can be achieved without sacrificing your humility, focus, or gratitude for the journey that brought you there. In the eyes of his followers and the mining community, Parker Schnabel is more than just a gold miner. He is a reminder that true greatness is derived from both your achievements and your attitude afterward. Hi there, greetings. The nickname Parker Schnabel has gained more notoriety than life itself in the contemporary gold mining profession. Parker, who is known for his diligence, innate leadership, and unwavering determination, amassed an estimated $15 million in wealth by the time he was 30. Despite all of his success and notoriety, Parker Schnabel is well known for something quite different. He claims to be a homeless millionaire. Because of this dichotomy, he is one of the most intriguing characters on Gold Rush on the Discovery Channel. And in the larger reality television industry, Parker chooses to live a life devoid of luxury, extravagance, and, for the foreseeable future, a permanent residence, in contrast to those who show off their wealth. Parker's adventures started long before he was constantly being filmed. He was born in 1994 in Haines, Alaska, where gold was more than simply a valuable commodity. It was a way of life. The Big Nugget mine was owned and operated by his grandfather, the famous John Schnabel. He oversaw Parker's initiation to mining while other kids continued to play in sandboxes. At 5 years old, Parker was learning the ropes by operating heavy machinery while sitting on his grandfather's lap, before his feet could even touch the pedals. Early exposure to the harsh realities of gold mining had given him the technical expertise and self-assurance to mentor guys his own age. When the time came, Parker's ascent to stardom began. When he appeared in the Discovery Channel's second season of Gold Rush, he was thrown into the spotlight at the age of 16. Observers quickly took notice of his innate capacity for equipment handling, difficult decision-making, and strategic thought. He rose to fame in the series really fast, acknowledged for being more mature and disciplined than his years. Parker was a mining prodigy by the time he began working for himself. His team produced 191 ounces of gold in 2012, which is around $150,000. A year later, he shocked both his admirers and detractors by extracting about 1,000 ounces valued at $1.4 million. Parker doubled down by season 5, accumulating more than 2,500 ounces valued at about $3 million. The figures were self-evident. This was not a day for novices. It was the rise of an influential mining company. Parker also became richer and solidified his status as the face of Gold Rush. With each prosperous season, Parker's grandfather left him a bequest, but he made the most of his fortune on his own. His current empire grew with each new piece of equipment acquired, each ounce of gold mined, and each sleepless night spent overseeing his staff. Parker was already overseeing massive mining projects and managing multi-million-dollar businesses when other young people his age were figuring out college or beginning entry-level careers. Despite having a fund laid aside, he made the audacious but ultimately wise choice to skip school. When there were riches in the Klondike just waiting to be discovered, he couldn't afford to spend years in school because his instincts were too keen and his drive for achievement too great. Parker Schnabel's attitude towards wealth is what many of his fans find so distinctive about him. He possesses tens of millions of dollars, yet he has never adopted the way of life that typically accompanies wealth. There aren't any luxury houses, boats, fast automobiles, or exotic harbors. Rather, Parker has consistently put almost all of his profits back into his mining business. Better technology, more land, and bigger machinery. These are things he cherishes. He has previously made it clear that he doesn't see the need for pricey gadgets or fancy cars, because they don't advance his larger goal of amassing more wealth. However, the most startling disclosure may have occurred in 2018 when a fan posted a photo of his purported $950,000 Alaskan home. Parker gave a direct response, admitting that he was homeless and didn't even own a home. Parker, who valued movement and adaptation over stability, lived in trailers, caravans, and makeshift shelters close to his mining sites for years. There were others who believed that this was impossible. How is it possible for someone with millions of wealth to be homeless? For Parker, however, it was easy. He had no idea where he wanted to live, and he didn't see the need for a permanent domicile as long as his profession came first. The fact that Parker Schnabel is a homeless millionaire has only contributed to his enigmatic persona. Parker stays a mystery, in contrast to many reality stars who share details of their extravagant spending and personal lives with their fans. He rarely discusses his relationships, personal issues, or off-screen life in great depth. Rather, he stays focused on his task. He is the kind of guy who plans the next major excavation, evaluates equipment, and assesses hazards on the building site in his spare time. His straightforward demeanor, simple attire, tough equipment, and predilection for functionality over flair are all reflected in his appearance and sense of style. His admirers find him empathetic and admirable as a result. Parker doesn't act like a different person. Almost by chance, he became a millionaire after first being a miner and then a TV celebrity. What will happen to Parker Schnabel next? There will be even more success in the future, if history is any guide. Given his methodical approach, keen perception, and refusal to allow luxury to divert him, Parker is predicted to continue amassing wealth for many years to come. Parker isn't slowing down because the mining seasons are still going strong. There are new difficulties, growing expenses, risky situations, and intense competition every year. However, he approaches them with the same tenacity that has characterized his career from the beginning. Success without luxury is possible, as demonstrated by the homeless millionaire. Parker Schnabel has established a legacy by living a simple life, working hard, and letting his gold total speak for itself in an era when wealth is frequently flaunted. There is more to Parker Schnabel's story than just gold mining. It instills commitment, humility, and focus. Parker reminds us that success is what you make of it. Even though many people pursue wealth for the sake of luxury, he was not even allowed to own a home, a permanent residence, or a collection of high-end vehicles. However, Parker Schnabel has something far more uncommon, a fortune forged by willpower, tenacity, and purpose. And according to his supporters, that makes the homeless millionaire wealthier than most people. Stories of rapid fame leading to conceit are not unusual in the realm of reality television. People are frequently altered by fame, fortune, and success, losing sight of what first made them famous. Parker Schnabel, the young star of Gold Rush on Discovery Channels, is a notable exception, though. Parker has already accomplished something that most miners can only imagine at the age of 31. Parker has established himself in the mining sector with an estimated net worth of $15 million, years of steady gold hauls, and a reputation as one of the most prosperous miners of his era. However, Parker maintains his remarkable humility and groundedness rather than showing off his wealth or adopting the ego that accompanies success. Parker's tale is simply incredible. He has been employed in mining since he was able to walk. In 1994, he was born in Hands, Alaska. By the time he was 5, Parker was handling heavy machinery under the guidance of his grandfather, John Schnabel. He was ready for his life's goal because of that early encounter. His tenacity and work ethic initially won over onlookers when he joined Gold Rush as a teenager. Parker was already making a big contribution to mining operations and leading teams of seasoned workers, while most 16-year-olds were still figuring out high school. His maturity made him stand out, and he soon won respect in the mining industry as well as a reality TV personality. Over the years, his outcomes have been fairly clear. Parker has continuously demonstrated that his success is no coincidence. From his first noteworthy breakthrough of 191 ounces in 2012 to his multi-million-dollar gold totals in subsequent seasons, he created a career that many people are jealous of by fusing his own unwavering drive and risk-taking attitude with family-inherited talent. A wealthy individual without boasting, Parker Schnabel has avoided the accoutrements of wealth despite his wealth. He invests his profits back into his mining operations, rather than purchasing ostentatious automobiles, opulent. mansions, or luxury brands. He freely acknowledges that he has no interest in material possessions. He is not inspired by watches, cars, or even a home. The task itself, the difficulty of extracting gold from difficult terrain, is what drives him. For someone so young and successful, such an attitude is out of the ordinary. On social media, a lot of superstars in their 20s and 30s show off their wealth as evidence of their accomplishments. Parker adopts a different strategy. He has no desire to flaunt or demonstrate his worth via material belongings. His actions throughout the gold rush demonstrate his humility. He accepts complete accountability for his choices, owns up to his errors, and gives the task at hand his whole attention. Acquiring gold. Parker's humility stems from his understanding that success is not something that comes easily. The mining industry is erratic. Employees commit expensive errors, and when equipment malfunctions, operations are halted. Parker has personally encountered each of these difficulties, and they have all served as a reminder that wealth is not a guarantee of success. Parker utilizes his achievements as inspiration to keep working harder, rather than allowing them to boost his ego. He is aware that there are no assurances and that each season has a different set of difficulties. His grounded approach serves as a reminder to his admirers that humility and prosperity may coexist. Parker Schnabel is more than just a TV celebrity because of his humility. He is now a role model as a result. Gold Rush shows young viewers more than simply enormous gold mines and equipment. They witness a young man who, despite his pride, achieved amazing feats. He demonstrates, for instance, that character is not defined by wealth, but rather by self-control, determination, and keeping true to oneself. His humility, which is bolstered by quiet resolve rather than vanity, makes his accomplishments all the more remarkable. The tale of Parker Schnabel is unique. He has already become a multimillionaire and received international acclaim at a time when many others are just beginning their careers. But he is still the same bright, industrious person that Gold Rush fans initially encountered. In a society where prosperity frequently promotes arrogance, Parker stands out for his humility. He demonstrates that you can be young, wealthy, and well-known without compromising your humility, concentration, or appreciation for the path that led you there. Parker Schnabel is seen by his supporters and the mining world as more than just a gold prospector. He serves as a reminder that genuine greatness stems from both your accomplishments and your subsequent mindset.